What's going on, everybody? It is Pierce Arts here. Welcome to the first tutorial video on the channel of many. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your guys' Minecraft renders look at the absolute best they can. As an introduction to this video, obviously you guys know I do graphics. I've done artwork for Fizzy, as you're seeing here, because I forgot to make a speed art for it, so I kind of wanted to flex a little bit that I got to do some artwork for Fizzy. I've also done work for Vixen and stuff like that. I'm not going to be showing you guys all the tricks because I still want people to get art commissions from me, so I want to make sure that I still have that position and not give everybody my secrets. But basically what I'm going to be showing you guys is how to make the absolute best renders you can. Anyway, before this video does get started, please hit like and subscribe for more content from me. It really shows that I appreciate it. But anyway, I'm going to be using Skilled's render that I made for him for his banner. It'll be showing up now. So basically, I'm not going to be showing you guys all the effects, all the the color correction and stuff like that. I'm going to be focusing on the render itself. So if you guys want more in-depth or how to make a banner or all that stuff, like how to actually make a banner from start to finish, let's get this video to 20 likes and then maybe I'll show you. I'm setting it a little ridiculously high compared to my sub count for a reason. So yeah, the first thing after you put it in here and you resize it. I did that already because I thought I was recording this video and it ended up being muted, so I didn't actually get to show you guys that part. But it's basically you're going to drag and drop your render into Photoshop and you're just going to size it to the way you want. So nothing extremely important that I missed, but yeah, so now that you have it in here and you have it resized, the background is completely up to you. I have a couple of these screenshots from SG Survival Games, so I'm just going to use one of those. You just get the best one. Again, you drag and drop it and you just resize it. Doesn't really matter on what background you use, just put it under so your render is the main focus, because obviously that's why you're here, is to make sure the render looks good. But so now that you have your render, you're going to want to make sure you duplicate the layer by hitting Ctrl-J if you guys don't know a lot about Photoshop. But then hide the layer, just because we're not going to be using that yet. I just want a fresh layer rather than the layer of the effects that I'm about to put on it, so you don't have the double effects. And it just makes it look a little bit cleaner if you guys pre-duplicate it before you actually put all these effects on. But now you just want to double click the original layer right here where it would be the Skilled 4, whatever, it'll be a different name for you guys, but the original layer, you're going to want to make sure you have inner glow. You're going to check mark that, and let's I would set it to default, but my default is exactly what I have it to. I didn't really think this through, but if you put it on normal is going to look like this, and it kind of looks like a little outline, and it doesn't look very good. You can set the color to whatever you want, so if you want it to be like a golden color, you can do that. And then you're going to want to, after you set it to the golden color, you want to make sure you go to blend mode up here. This is the most important part whenever you're making this. You don't want it on normal. You don't want like an outline. So you can use overlay and you can use other stuff, other ones, whatever looks best to you. In my personal opinion, I think color dodge looks the best because it looks like actually light. And you notice that it still looks kind of like an outline. So you just want to size it up till it looks like an actual light, but you're like, man, that kind of looked dookie. And I would agree. So you just want to drop the opacity a little bit until it actually looks like a light. But this is with the color, with like the golden color. If you guys, you can set it to whatever like color theme you're going for. I'm just gonna keep it with white just because I think it looks a little bit better for what I'm trying to do. But then I'm sorry, I had this like over here. But after that, you can choose satin, which these are the settings on satin that I have. You could probably set it to color dodge too, and it'll probably look good. Actually, I think that looks really good. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna actually make this my default, so you guys, I'm having it over here so you guys can still see what I'm doing on top of seeing how it's happening in real time. But then you can choose to have that on or off. But these are the settings that I have. And then the most important part, the last thing you're going to want to do is make sure that gradient overlay is on. And you're noticing that this gradient is purple. And yeah, it is very purple. Just click gradient, just click the colors, and then up here you'll see a black and white, and then it's black and white. You can switch this to where it's like more black than white, or whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. Whatever looks good for you. This is your art, after all. So then you're noticing he's like, now I can't even see my render. Do I unhide that layer? And no, don't do that. You just click the blend mode. You can do color dodge again, but that kind of looks like crap. I would personally choose overlay, and you're like, this is way too dark. And again, I would agree. So you just want to make sure the opacity is just turned down a little bit. This is basically just a little style just to make it look brighter up here and darker down there, or whatever colors you did if you're dropping colors for a color scheme. It is completely up to you. But after you do that, you'll notice there's like, dang, that looks pretty good, but we're not even done yet. So, but like, let me, this is the original. So this is what it looked like before we put those effects on. And then this is what it looked like after. So a lot has changed, and I'm actually going to turn down this gradient a little bit more because I still think it looks a little too bright. And I think actually that's the satin, and it completely is. So I'm just going to drop the opacity on that satin a little bit because his face looks a little too white. And so yeah, now that you're done with this, you want to unhide this layer, and you want to go to filters up here. You want to hit filter gallery because you can't get this filter without doing that. And you want to select the glowing edge. And then you also want to go to this glowing edge. I just noticed that it's been doing that, and that's why all my banners are looking like a little bad when I do that. I'm actually kind of mad. But you want to unhide this, and you want to go to artistic, and you want to hit plastic wrap. So now it's glowing edges and plastic wrap. So then you click OK, and it's look like this. And then if you hit lighter color, or you could hit overlay, none of those edges are showing. I'll be right back. Okay, so I figured out a little solution to this. You're not gonna combine them. You're gonna make them separate. I think that's probably so. You want to hide this first layer. Go to the second layer. So now you have two clean layers of your original render, and you're gonna hit filter gallery, and you want to make sure to delete this plastic wrap because it does not belong there yet. So now you're gonna hit OK, and then you're gonna hit overlay, or you can hit lighter color. I personally like lighter color. I think it just looks a little bit better. And then you're just going to set the opacity to like 30. And so now you see little outlines every so often, like right here and like right here. So it just adds a little bit. So this is the original, and then here, let's hide that. So this is the original without the glowing edges, and this is the original with it. So you see a little bit, some highlights in certain places. And I think it just adds a lot to a banner. And it adds a little bit more depth and a little bit more color. So I think it adds a lot. So then I'm going to unhide that layer because I'm just showing like what it looked like. But now that you have the final clean layer, you want to hit filter gallery again. Don't click the filter on the top because that'll just add another glowing edge. You're going to hit plastic wrap. Now that you have plastic wrap set, you want to hit it to color, not color dodge. You want to hit it to overlay, and then you want to make the opacity like 10. Not 10. That's too light. About 20. Because then it adds just a little bit of depth to a little bit of everything, and it just overall makes the banner just look a tiny bit better. And then I want to up the opacity on this a little bit just to add a little bit more vibrancy to those colors. So 57, let's just go ahead and go to full 60 just to get those lines in there that we wanted. And yeah, so this is definitely the end of how to make your renders look the absolute best that they can in Photoshop. So if you guys did like this video, please hit a like, hit the comment button, comment something. I really don't care what it is. I just like talking to you guys in the comments. And then please hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to hit 50 subscribers, and it would really help me out. Anyway, thanks guys. I'll see you in the next one.